Right. So I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. I only lived there till I was about 3, and then we went to Missouri and grew up in Missouri. Lived there. I met my husband in Missouri. We came here 25 years ago, and my son was just a baby, so he was raised here. But originally from Missouri is what I kind of claim my fame, because that's where it was most of my life.
Cool.
There are 6 of us in our family, and so there are 3 brothers, and then of course 3 girls, and so I have 2 sisters, 1 sister that's still living. So I am the second to the youngest, and so I was the baby of the family until my sister came along, and you know, for the first several years her and I couldn't stand each other because she took my spot and she was kind of the annoying little sister, but now we're like the closest of all of us. Oh my gosh, as a child I probably wasn't much different than I am now. I was always the nerd, always liked school, liked to go to bed early, get up early, so I probably was just a smaller version than what I am now. My biggest impactor in my life, my mentor, was my 6th grade teacher, and her name was Mrs. Jean Warren. I keep trying to find her and I can't find anything on her. She was a twin. Loved her because I grew up very, very, very poor, and when you're poor, people don't advocate for you. When I was in 6th grade, she just was very much my advocator, so anything, she stood up for me, and that didn't stop, and so all the way through junior high school, she was fantastic because she'd always go shopping and then she'd show up at my house and she'd bring a box and leave it on my step with a little note and then leave, and so she did it very private, which is why I like to do things very private. So it's not about the giver, it's more about the gift.
Yeah.
So my goal in life is to find her, and I don't know that she really knows the impact she made on my life, and I would like to tell her. But just let her know that how much of impact she had in my life, that I like to give because she gave to me and how she gave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. If I were to explain to someone, a small child, how I did my job in easy terms, I would say I get up every morning and I come to work to have fun. You want to be someplace where it's not a job, and so I don't consider it a job. Every day I look forward to coming in and having fun with employees and getting to be creative. The interactions with people, every day is a chance to impact someone for positive. So yeah, it's not a job. It's a place to come to impact and change lives. Every day is different. Sometimes it's putting out fires. A lot of times though, or most of the time, it really is about trying to be creative when that work hard, have fun, and win. Which is why I love our mission statement so much, and so I'm going to have to work hard to solve employee issues, problems with benefits, or just things that impact our employees. But then I also have the part where I get to have fun doing it, and it's coming up with things like Discovery Day, and although I don't lead it, I get to, you know, watch the enjoyment of watching the team do it and know what they're going to come up with. So it's that work hard and have fun, and then it's about looking for ways to win, whether it's going to be to outdo another person on a Halloween costume, or how are we going to be competitive and have fun with it. So what excites me the most about being part of Blue is I know that I belong to something that's more than a job. I belong to a family. I belong to an organization that cares about others. I love how much everyone in here takes care of our employees. It's a family. My hope for Blue as we continue to grow is that we continue to hire people who fit our culture. There are people who love giving to others, giving to the community. They have that same spirit of wanting to come and work hard, because Blue is going to be one of the hardest jobs you've ever worked at, but they want to come have fun and be competitive. And I hope we continue our little things like our Halloween costume contest, and the fun things like putting on Santa and the elves, and I hope that we keep all of that. Dream job. I've always said my dream job, and this makes me sound kind of dorky, would be to Walmart and be the greeter, because I'd love to see people when they're coming through the door to smile and greet them, and then see when they come back out and send them off for the day again just to smile and greet. It's that or to deliver flowers. So, because I think you have a chanced opportunity to impact people's lives either on special occasions that are good or on occasions where it's not so good, where you have that moment in their life maybe to brighten their day. Oh my gosh, I have thought about this one for a long time. And so it is on my to-do list before I die, is to write an autobiography. And it's going to be called Dancing in the Wind. And it goes back to a time of, I think back on my very best friend. Her and I both grew up very poor, didn't have a lot, and there was this moment that has stood out in my mind of her and I we lived out in the farm, and it was a very windy day, and we had our bed sheets out, and we were playing like we were the goddesses of the wind, and we had this whole moment that went on, and it was a time to escape into something that wasn't really, wasn't real. And it's one of those moments where I sit back and think what it's like to be simple and be a kid again. Mm-hmm. My pet peeve, the one thing that I absolutely hate, and I probably shouldn't say it because then everyone will do it in front of me, is it's not really a pet peeve, but it's watching someone eat ice cream off those little bitty wooden spoons. And so, it just gives me goosebumps to even think about those. So in elementary, you got the little cartons of ice cream. Yeah, that, I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but that's probably the one thing that drives me the craziest, is to even think about that wooden spoon. Huge reality, yeah, it's that whole binge watching. Love reality. I love the Seven Little Johnsons. They make me laugh. I hate to admit it, yes, I was a Sister Wives fan. It's not a good show. It's not my proudful moments, but yeah, I like the reality ones, the Alaska, Last Frontier, those kinds of dumb things. So, my biggest lesson I've learned in life is don't let the circumstances around you define who you are, and don't let people tell you because of circumstances that's all you're going to be. So I believe in overcoming those, and despite what you're given, to make better with it.